somebody's like, no, look at this, and it's a screenshot from the Virginia Department of Health saying there was 9,000 new cases today. I'm like, say what?
I guess it's just for the power lines.
Today we have had our breakfast and we hung out for a little while waiting for it to warm up, and then we went on a 6.5 mile walk on the trail, and I came back and had some rice cakes and peanut butter to recharge. There was a lot of hills, and then I came down here. I don't love this orange color here, so doing some experimenting with painting. Got a little sample paint pot and a green, since it does come with that green fabric. I was thinking of doing the 2 orange pieces green, so I have like a light coat, many light coats on here. I did sand it a bit. It's hard to sand inside the little cubbies. Obviously this would have been easier before it was assembled, but I didn't know what I was doing yet. I wasn't sure. So I do have a coat on here. It doesn't stick perfectly everywhere. I'm going to let it dry overnight and then sand it again before doing another coat and see where I'm at. I can always thoroughly sand it down and maybe get some spray paint if I'm not happy with it. I really don't like the orange, so this one is going to have to get changed too, which means I'll have to pop off the hardware that I glued in and re-glue it after I figure out how I want it to look. But yeah, it's coming along. I did that little blanket. It's not blocked yet, so you see how the corners aren't crisp and the edges are wavy. You need to get it wet and stretch it out into the right shape and let it dry. Haven't done that, but it's too big for the armchair. It's a good size for a person who is the size to sit in the armchair, but it's too big for the armchair itself. It's more of like a little rug size or to go on a bed. So if I do another set, I might use this on a little bed. I'd need even smaller yarn if I was gonna do a blanket. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stop here and just let this dry and keep fussing with it, and then it's gonna get too lumpy. I wish I could get into some of those cracks and have it actually stick, but I think that's where the most glue is. So when I do a nice good sanding, I'm gonna have to use lots of little tiny pieces of sandpaper to get in there. Hopefully that will sort that out, and the last couple coat it, but not too stressed about it. This is a long-term project. I'm gonna also paint this one because blah. I'm not sure what color. Maybe a dark turquoise. Like this color, but a little darker because there is that little blue inset cabinet there. But yeah, that's my progress. I'm not in a rush to finish it, and I'm not trying to make it look just like they have it. I just want to
Beep. What are you doing, Sebastian?
Hello everyone, good evening. We are getting ready for bed. Just heard Jack's coming out of the shower. Sebastian is changed, and yeah, here we are. It was Sunday. I feel like I have updated you mostly up until when I finished doing the first coat of green on that dollhouse shelf. After that, it was about 4, and it's just so cold from our walk and then being downstairs. I mean, the downstairs is a little bit warmer than it is up here, but the whole reverse of hot air rises. Our basement is warm and everywhere else is progressively colder. But yeah, it was just cold, and we had some time before dinner. Instead of sitting on the hairy couch getting jumped on by the dog, I went up here and laid under 4 layers of blankets and read the news and stuff. Sebastian found out that I had come up here and instantly ran up to do a little mini quiet time up until it was time for me to cook dinner. My husband had ordered a steak from Wegmans and some stuff to go with it, so he was cooking that. And then for Jax and I made tofu and a little rice pilaf. And yeah, we ate dinner. Sebastian requested watching Ant-Man. He had seen a Lego set being built. He gets little Lego, like, they unbox them and they build them. There's no words, it's just somebody's hands building them. He watches those videos before bed. And last night he saw an Ant-Man one. So he's like, what's that? I told him it's a movie, so he asked if he could see that tonight. So we just watched that, just finished, and headed up. Pretty quiet day. Hair update. I'm just working on getting all the purple out because that is the most jarring to have chunks of purple in there when it's white blonde. This is about all I have left. Maybe like 8. I haven't counted. Looks like about 8 or 9. So I'll be doing those tonight, and maybe a few more braids, which will be unicorn. This one. Pink. Lavender. Cyan. Highlighter. Green and yellow. So it looks pretty with the rainbow under it too. When I put my hair up in a bun, we have like fruit stripe gum, which tasted terrible. I don't know if you remember that. It just looks white with like these little thin rainbow stripes through it, which is cool, but it's getting tingly. It's a month old, and even though I keep it pretty nice and smooth with the flat iron, it does start to get tangled constantly. My mask chain got so stuck in it today because I had my hair loose for our walk, and I never ended up wearing my mask. I usually put it on because it gets so cold that I wear it for work even if we're not anywhere near anybody. But yes, I was just like swinging around down here, and I was so stuck in that rainbow hair that I almost had to get scissors. So yeah, more braiding. watch some YouTube if I'm not gonna be doing much, like an hour or less. But since I'm there for like 2 to 3 hours every night right now, I'll watch a couple episodes of that if there's nothing good on YouTube. And by good, I follow various like vlogs in other countries. It's really interesting. I started following some Korean ones because I am learning the language for no reason other than I just thought it looked really cool. I haven't even really explored K-pop or K-dramas or anything that usually are the reason why people start learning Korean. It's just purely, I love the way the alphabet looks like a secret code. I love that I can sound out words. I have no clue what I'm saying, but I can just see it and just sound it out like a little kid learning to speak English. So I watched some vlogs of people living there. I think it's fascinating. It's an amazing country, South Korea, I mean. And I've been following people living in Japan for a long time. I just started following somebody a couple months ago who lives in Svalbard, which is the most northern island in the Arctic Circle. It's currently nighttime all the time, but it's so fascinating. She has the cutest dog ever, Green. So yeah, I usually watch that kind of thing, and just lots of news, though I like not mainstream American news. I like BBC and I like Stephen Colbert. I need some humor in my news. What else do I do while I'm braiding? Sometimes medical documentaries get suggested to me, so I'll watch that, or sometimes it's like hoarders. It's just a hoarders marathon. Obviously, there's not a whole lot going on for me to talk to you about if I'm talking about this, but I can let you know our numbers. It's a weekend, so I do not have the county number, and I wasn't expecting much different than usual. We've been watching the state numbers all week, and we have been breaking some records, getting just over 5,000 per day in new cases. And yeah, I usually look at the evening while we're eating dinner, so I look at the day before's numbers because the current day their numbers are still coming in when we're eating. So I'll glance at it but really focus on the yesterday tab. So yesterday, when I glanced at the current day for Saturday, it was like in the 4,000s. I'm like, okay, I think it's gonna go a little higher than that and be in the 5,000s again. And today, when I was reading the news up here in this cozy bed, I saw an article from the local DC News. It's like Virginia breaks its record with 5,300 new cases today. I'm like, oh, well, that's a bummer. But I look at some of the comments, and somebody's like, no, look at this. And it's a screenshot from the Virginia Department of Health saying there was 9,000 new cases today. I'm like, say what? So I go to Virginia Department of Health's website, and yes, there was almost 10,000 new cases today. I couldn't find anything about it other than some articles posted this morning saying that was our record-breaking number for Virginia today, based on the fact that they posted that. Nobody had any details either. I'm like, is this a backlog? What is going on? And they say that yesterday's numbers ended up in the 6,000s. So if you go on Worldometer, which is one of the sites I check when I check the numbers every night at dinner, it says for Virginia yesterday like nearly 7,000, and today nearly 10,000. I'm not happy about that, especially as I am waiting on getting the vaccine. People who are around people more should get it before I did. So yeah, that's scary. And I'm feeling so freaking stir crazy that I know I'm gonna want to go walk the mall this week. We'll have to be super hyper one of them will get to pick a store to go into if they have something they actually have to do. I don't even know about that. If the numbers are that high, and they're talking about reopening schools, like the governor apparently on Thursday said that schools should think about reopening. He doesn't control it, the counties do. But he's saying based on 6 months of research and better understanding of the virus, that schools should be open. I don't know about that. I wouldn't want my kid to be in school, but I guess the whole hybrid thing is parents get to choose. So if teachers all get vaccinated first, that could solve a lot for the hybrid to be working. I'm sorry for how this is making more sense to you if you're from the future and I'm just not explaining it properly. Hybrid learning is when kids whose families choose to send them to school go to school for 2 days a week and then distance learn for 3. I don't know. I'm following it because I know my husband wanted the kids to go into the public system for the first time next year, just simply because Sebastian will be in kindergarten and Jackson will start middle school. But I don't like this situation, and kids won't be vaccinated, and I don't like this situation. I'm following it, and I don't like this situation. Anyway, I've been talking too long. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're reading or if they're just playing, but I'm gonna get myself changed. And yeah, not feeling great because my intestines are doing their dumb thing they like to do sometimes where they just stop working. It's like, should I stop eating too since you're stopping everything else? Because like, where is it gonna go? I mean, how many miles long is my intestines gonna fill it all? Too much information, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna curl up under my heating blanket, do my Animal Crossing. I already took a 6.5 mile walk today, so I'm doing it on my rings, but maybe I'll do some yoga stretches. And prayed. So yeah, good night guys. Hope you're washing those hands, please, please.